After your students have completed an online lecture, you're going to want to go through and review how they did in the online lecture and answer any questions they might have had. To do this, you go up and choose the review mode in Scalable Learning. You can now select a particular lecture that you want to review. So I'm going to go ahead and select this lecture here, and Scalable Learning is going to load a timeline with all the quizzes and questions that were in the entire lecture. In addition to the timeline on the side here, I'm going to get a preview of where I am in the lecture. So the first thing I see is how students did on the whole module, whole lecture as it is. You can see that almost all of them completed on time. I can now scroll down from the beginning all the way to the end and see how students did throughout the lecture. So here's the first quiz question in here, and if you look at this quiz question, you can see almost everyone got it right. So I don't want to choose to review this in class, so I'm not going to click Show in Class. Here's a question that a student asked. Now if I want to answer this question, I can click on it, and it will show me in the video right where the student asked the question. I can press the space bar to make the video larger so I can see right where they asked the question and understand the confusion they had. I can now go ahead and click Reply and put in a reply to the student. When I'm done putting in a reply, I can click Post Reply and send an email to the student. The student will now get an email telling them the teachers answered the question. In addition, since this was a public post, which we can see up here, any other students online will be able to see my answer as well. I can now scroll through the whole course and look for areas where I want to review in class. So this is the sort of quiz question you want to look at. Here's a quiz question where about half the students got the answer wrong. So I, as a teacher, am going to click on this, take a look at the video to see exactly where it is, make sure I understand what the confusion is, and I'm going to go ahead and choose Show in Class. So I'm going to mark this quiz here as a quiz I want to review in class. And when you choose Show in Class, you'll see over here that this timer updates to tell me about how much time I'm going to be spending reviewing in class. Because remember, you want to spend your time with active learning, not spend too much time reviewing in class. I can now scroll through the whole class, answer questions, and choose different parts that I want to include in the class for review. For example, here's a question that a student asked. This is a really good question, so I can click on it, see right where it is in the video, make sure I understand where the question came from, how to answer it, and I'm going to choose Show in Class because I want to review this question in the classroom. Now when I'm done with my review and I'm ready to go into the classroom, I'm going to load up Scalable Learning in the classroom and plug in my projector, and I'm going to click on the In-Class mode. I'm then going to choose the module I want to review in class, and it's going to show me the material I've selected. So here I've selected one quiz and one discussion to display, and it's estimated to take me about 5 minutes to review in class. When I'm ready to review, I click Display for in-class review. Now, Scalable Learning goes into full screen, so you can project it in your classroom, and it projects exactly the point in the lecture where the quiz was, and it shows students how they did on the quiz. Now you as the teacher can use this in the classroom to talk about this question and explain why it was that the answer was one way or the other and help students understand where the confusion came from. I can then, when I'm done with this, go on to the next thing I chose, which was this question that this student asked. Here's the question the student asked, and here's the exact place in the lecture where the student asked the question. And so by selecting this, I can now bring this question into the classroom and answer it for all the students in the classroom. When I'm done, I just click Exit to go back to the website.